And Coach, another close one. I know you're not especially happy with how that turned out, but just walk through I guess, the second half of the game. Did you feel that you contained Enrique down the stretch the way you wanted? Did you get the looks that you wanted in the latter half of the fourth quarter, and Dallas just kind of contained things?
She's a good player. I thought we could have put a hit on her a little bit earlier in transition, but when all that speed is coming at you, I thought we on the backside a couple of times in transition we gave her layups that we didn't want to give her. But she's a tough player. I thought we did a good job of not compounding, putting her on the free throw line. And for the most part, we made her out of a jump shooter. But she's a great player, man. She's tough. She's a tough one to plan for.
For as much as the game did come down to that final possession, the team played well in just isolating Dallas to Enrique and not much else, including Satu Sabali had a fairly quiet night. How did you play her, and what was successful on that part of the defense?
We just played her tendencies, and we tried not to foul her. That was a concentrated effort, and I thought we executed that. We did a better job in the second half of keeping her off the offensive glass. And we did a better job in the second half of not fouling as well. So doing all those things, it gave us an opportunity to win the game. But they're a tough team, and they match up well against us. So, we have to look at more video and just get better. But it's always great to get better on the win.
Thank you, Coach.
Maybe David. Hey, Coach. Congrats on a gritty win tonight. I believe you guys now play every other day through August 22nd. I'm just curious, and I know every team is going through this, but I'm just curious, what's been the most challenging aspect of this condensed schedule? And do you think it'll be sustainable to play games this frequently for 7 weeks?
Well, it's going to have to be. We don't have a choice. So we're not going to make excuses. We're just going to go out. I know it's going to be times where we're tired, and we're pulling everything we have. But right now, we just want to enjoy this win and see how we can get better. Hopefully, we can get healthier. It's one rotation down. You have a 20-plus minute player that's not in the rotation as far as Stephanie is concerned, and so that would may help us not have to overexert ourselves as far as our players are concerned. But we just have to deal with it. This is the cards that we've been dealt, and we just have to play with it.
Thanks, Coach.
Nick Neindorf.
Hey, Coach. Obviously, Sydney Colson is, brand new to the team in terms of, being able to join you all on the court. She played 5 minutes tonight. I was just wondering how you thought she looked out there, even being new to the team.
Well, I thought it was just to have one practice. I thought her 5 minutes were good. She's going to get, some of our lingo and some of our schemes down, and, her vocabulary as far as the language that we speak will add on to that, and her knowledge of our playbook will probably grow too in the short term. So I thought in 5 minutes she did well. She held it for us, and she allowed Sloot to get some necessary rest, and she also allowed our bigs to get necessary rest because Gabby was able to play the 4. So it helped us out a lot.
And can you talk a little bit about the impact that Cheyenne had all over the court tonight, especially obviously with the game-sealing win?
That was really big. So she's important to us. To anchor us, give us a body to play to on the post, give us paint touches and things of that nature. She made some good plays down the stretch, and that's what we expect from her.
Thanks, Coach.
Chris Tennant.
You left Ruthie in for an extended stretch at the beginning of the fourth quarter, and she grabbed a couple of really big offensive rebounds in one possession in particular. And I know that you said that you've liked the way that she's played, but it seems like her development's really accelerated. Could you talk about that, please?
Well, in the first half, it was a tough first half because she gave up 3 threes. I want to say 2 to Thornton and 1 to Katie Lou. So she was really disappointed. And, I got on her. But, we told her that we were going to go back to her. you know, and she was upset. And so you saw that the passion and the fire that she was playing with to get those rebounds. And so we were proud of that. And that was a big moment for us because it gave the team energy. And I think it was a turning moment for us as a group. And, you know, you never would have thought that the rookie would have been responsible for it. But the way that she didn't say die on those rebounds, that was something. And we want her to keep playing to that. So she's growing. And we're just happy to have her, man. But she's growing.
Thank you.
Eric Wilson.
Coach, was this one of those games where you felt like you should have been more in control than you were?
I mean, I think you can say that about any coach playing any game because every game is winnable to both teams. I mean, they're not a bad team. They're young, but they're not bad. I would have loved for us to do some things better in the first half, but they match up with us well. They're a good team, so we have nothing but respect. I'm just happy to come out with the victory. But if you want to know, I felt like we could have did some things well in the first half that could have probably set us up for more success down the road. But we pulled it out, so I'm just happy about that.
And speaking of the matchup, it seems like both these teams definitely wanted to keep the pace at a high tempo. Was this the Coach Wade style of tempo that you saw tonight?
In spurts, I thought we could have played at a much higher tempo. But in spurts we were okay. It was good play. We shot the ball well, but defensively that was my main concern. And to get us down to 13, we could have cut that number down to the 11, I think it would have been better turnover-wise. But I like our pace, but we could have even played at a higher pace.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, James.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Continue to social distance.
Thank you, Coach.
Courtney Vandersloot. Hi, Sloot.
Hi.
We'll start with Eric Wilson.
Salute, congrats. This team in a very short amount of time has had to step up at big moments. Can you just speak to that one that happened tonight, please?
Well, that was another one that we kind of, I don't even know the word, that showed a lot of grit, I think, and we're not really trying to do this, but we end up getting in a lot of close games. And I think it speaks a lot that we've had 4 games in one possession and we're able to pull them out. Obviously, we're going to go back and look at ways we can finish games so they aren't coming down to one possession. So we're going to use this game as another learning lesson and, be ready for next game.
And could you just speak to Vote Warnock? What's that all about? Your shirt?
Yeah, the EC has put this together where we're going to support Warnock because, the owner in for the dream. I'm not sure why she wants to be a part of the WNBA. She doesn't support anything that we stand for, and we're very clear and it's very open about what we are about here. This is our way to, show support for Warnock.
Thank you. Congrats again.
Nicholas Neindorf.
Hi, Courtney. Obviously, Sydney Colson is new to the Sky this year and recently joined you all in practice yesterday. Can you talk what it's been like having her kind of in the point guard room with you? Obviously, it's been a short time having her on the court, but can you talk about what her presence has been like and what she's been bringing to the team?
Oh, it's been awesome having her back because she just brings a whole new energy. Having another point guard, she's vocal. She's a vet. She's played point guard her whole career, so she really knows what her presence is felt and known, and we need that both on the court and in the locker room. She has just such positive energy, so it's really uplifting for us. Somebody that is really professional too. She's a pro's pro, and those are the kind of players that you want on your team.
And she said yesterday that you two have, a similar play style in the sense that you're both pass-first guards, but you also bring a change of pace. Can you talk about some of the differences between you two that you've noticed so far?
We do have very similar styles of play. She's a much better defender than I am. She pushes it just like I do. We try to get our teammates better. It's just a different dynamic. She's gonna really pressure you on defense, and I think that's awesome coming off the bench, really getting in the guards. She's vocal. She can score in different ways. I think it's just having a vet come off the bench. I think we're the same year, so just having someone come off that you can really count on to play big minutes once she gets the hang of things will be huge for us.
Thanks, Courtney.
Candace Buckner from the Washington Post.
Courtney, as you mentioned, the strong statement is coming from the EC, and players are participating in that. Ever since this issue with the co-owner of the Atlanta Dream has popped up, players have been on the front lines of this issue. In your view, has the league, especially Loeffler's peers in the league, has their response matched the players' response?
I'm sorry, can you repeat the question? Whose response?
Has the league and Loeffler's peers in the league who are owners, do you think their response to her comments, have they matched the players?
I'm not sure if they have matched them, but it's been very clear what the players' stance on the issue has been, and that's what we're representing. I think you've seen it over the last couple months that the players of the WNBA are going to be vocal, and they're going to use their voice to. They're going to use their platform to use their voice to make sure their voice is heard, and what they stand for is really important. What we stand for, so. To me, it's just, we're going to use our voice, and that's what we're doing.
Thank you.
Mal Collier from the Chicago Tribune. I'm sorry.
Just kind of following up on that note, you talked about just the comments that the Dream owner made that was the sort of just opposite, I guess you said, just to the values of as you have as a league. Just when you heard those, when when she makes statements, I guess, like that, sort of opposing things that just very core to the fundamentals of your league. Just kind of what, can you put into words almost kind of what your reaction or what your feelings sort of had been at that time?
Really just confusion. I can't figure it out. I can't understand it. I probably never will. Like I said earlier, it's very clear. We're an incredible league that has always been very vocal, and we have 80% of Black women who are absolutely amazing. And if you feel so strongly about that, then why are you even associated with the WNBA? That part I don't understand. We don't need you, and that's that.
And just to follow up on that quickly, how did just something like this get organized? We saw that Sue Bird was kind of maybe once people did.
Our executive committee, they work hard. They're nonstop working, and that's kind of how it is. We're just following the lead on them. We have, like I said, we have absolutely incredible leaders that are willing to stand up and use their voice, and that's what this is.
Thank you.
Chris Bennett.
Apologize, I lost my train of thought here. It looked like Dallas was able to kind of take you out of your normal offensive rhythm where you want to try and get cutters open to the lane. And you had a lot of success going baseline and drawing defense and kicking to the corner for a three. How'd you change up the offense in the second half as they adapted?
We have a lot of players that can make plays. And, you know, we kind of went to a middle pick and roll a little bit with a riser, and that kind of changed the dynamic of the game. But I think the most important thing was we stopped giving up offensive rebounds. You know, when we get rebounds and we get stops, we're really hard to guard in transition. And that was the turning point. I think we gave up 9 in the first half and only 1 in the second. I mean, that was the game.
And there was a sequence that I mentioned to Coach Wade where Ruthie got 2 offensive rebounds, even though he didn't get a basket on that play. He said it gave the team a lot of kind of a spark, especially with the rookie doing that. Did you notice that? How have you gauged her play?
I really feel like in this game, Ruthie changed the momentum of the game. She really did. She went in there and she got stops. She got those 2 offensive rebounds, which just, you know, it lights a fire to the rest of us. And she had a big defensive rebound, and those things that you know, they don't go unnoticed by us. She's really picking up, and she's really starting to learn where her role is and what she does and how she can impact the game. And she definitely did that tonight.
Thank you, Courtney, and I appreciate the statement as well.
Jamal Collier, we're heading back to you.
I have just a basketball question too. You obviously are the team is off to a good start. Just how much do you think you get a lot of players that have played together for a number of years and turn a lot of your core rotation? How much do you think that has factored into being able to start off quickly here, considering the kind of uncertainty of the situation you guys were in entering the year?
I think it helps a lot. You know, like you said, we have built this for a few years now, and we're really comfortable with each other. But I think more than that is just the sacrifice that these players that we as a team are willing to do. You know, we have big nights from one player this night, and the next is a different player. And that's what it takes to win games in this league. We need everyone, especially with these compact season. And, you know, I think being able to cheer on your teammate and be successful when it's just not your night is a huge thing. And that's something that we really take. It's really important to us on this team.
Has bubble life been a lot different for you personally since games have started? Like, do you feel more settled in, adjusted, or did that come pretty quickly once you got, you know, there for a period of time?
A little bit of both. It's a lot of routine. You know, we're doing the same thing almost every single day, which is kind of normal to us. But once games started, you know, the days fly by. I can't believe it's already August. And, you know, because there's just game after game. As soon as the next one, we're preparing for the next game. And so it seems like time is just flying.
Couple more questions. Katie Davidson.
Hey, Courtney, congratulations on the gritty win tonight. Kind of piggybacking off that last question, I believe now you guys have games every other day through August 22nd. And then after that, it's like 2 days in between your next game. But what's been the most challenging aspect of this compact or condensed season? And do you think it'll be sustainable to play games this frequently for 7 weeks?
Well, I guess we'll find out. The challenging part is just like as soon as the last game's over, you know, you have really little time to practice. I think that might be the hardest thing, is that we really have no time to practice, you know, and in games like this, it's like we want to work on things, but we have to make sure that our legs are rested and prepared to play another game in less than 48 hours. So it's trying to learn on the fly. It'll be, I think, challenging for younger teams, especially when you're trying to really get into a gelling, trying to learn each other. It's like, how do you learn each other just playing games? So, you know, I think that's a challenging part. The team that can stay the healthiest and pick up on the fly, I think, will be the most successful.
Thank you.
Okay, last question on Candace Faulkner.
I'm sorry, I should have lowered my hand. Sorry.
Okay. All right.
muted
Thank
us.
you.
Thank you.
Good. Thank you. Thank you. We'll have Cheyenne Parker next. Hi, Cheyenne. Thank you
Hi.
for joining us. We'll start with Katie Davidson.
Hi, Cheyenne. Congrats on you guys have games every other day through August 22nd. I'm just wondering what's been the most difficult thing with this condensed season and playing games so frequently, and has your routine changed at all as far as getting yourself physically and mentally prepared for games?
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely different. It's definitely a different process. Like tomorrow we have to condense in taking care of our bodies, doing treatment, and then also preparing our minds for the next team that we'll be facing the following day. So it's definitely an adjustment. And we do have to make a little, some adjustments and some changes to the way we prepare physically. Obviously we don't want to be on our feet too much tomorrow, and we want to make sure we rest and recover well. So, we're figuring it out. I'm glad that we have the staff that we do that has experience and knows what type of treatment we need to do and the type of recovery that we need to have.
Eric Wilson.
Miss Relentless, good evening. Congratulations on yet another victory. So, what was the impact like tonight having Sid in the lineup, even though she only played for 5 minutes?
Just having her energy on the bench and her vocal presence in the timeouts is great. She has vet experience, so she's giving good advice. She's encouraging. She's lifting us up, and it's nice to have her here.
So again, you're starting to become more of a household name to people. Let's just speak to the tenacity that you have. This team, you ladies are really coming together in a short amount of time. The chemistry. How do you stay motivated? How do you stay focused?
I think we have a really great coach. He lets us know that the target's going to be on our back for the rest of this season, and that we can't rest. We can't take anything lightly, and we can't sleep on nobody. We have to respect every opponent we play, no matter if they're at the top of the rankings or at the bottom. So I think our mindset is just to make sure that we show up and bring everything we got every game, and I think the rest will really speak for itself.
Congrats on the victory, Cheyenne.
Thank you, Eric.
Chris Pennant.
Cheyenne, I talked to Coach Wade in the beginning. First of all, a great win tonight. But I talked to Coach Wade pregame about the low free throw numbers so far this season. I know in particular, Z came into the game with 1 free throw in the first 4. And I saw that there was a play where you were very enthusiastic about an out-of-bounds call. Do you feel like the Sky, in the way that they play, aren't getting the calls and they'll come soon? Or is it just something with the offensive style of play where you're not getting movement to the basket where you'd like?
I think it's a little bit of both. I think we have had experience where sometimes the refs they don't respect the Chicago Sky. We used to be what they would consider a null and void team, a team that doesn't place, or a team that's not just not respected. And I think sometimes we can lack respect, and sometimes subconsciously the refs just will completely overlook a call or call some crap just for the sake of it, And I don't know if they dislike James because he's very vocal with them. So it's just at this point, it got to a point in the game where I was just like, y'all, don't even react. The next time they call some crap, literally don't even react to them. Let's huddle up and let's focus on what we got to do to make sure they can't even chance calling anything. So I think we did better in the second half, focusing more on what we had to do instead of focusing on what the refs were calling. But I think after a while, they'll have to eventually start respecting us, respecting this team, respecting what we can do, what we do, and give us the calls we deserve.
That final play, everybody thinks the ball is going to Enrique, and instead Dallas tries to get something going towards the basket with Satu. Did you anticipate that, or did you see the ball go in and just react and get position?
Yeah, no, I just reacted. We all thought it was going to Enrique, that we were anticipating a ball screen in the middle of the floor with her. Salabe, the rookie, answered the ball. She, no, I didn't see it coming, but I made sure that I was ready from the beginning.
Thank you, Cheyenne.
Katie Davidson.
Oh, sorry. I should have put my hand down. My bad.
Happens, everyone. Candace Buckner.
Good evening, Cheyenne.
Hi.
Obviously, there's a coordinated effort going around with the players to make a strong statement with the Vote Warnock shirts. But personally, why is it important to you to wear the shirt?
It's important to me because my teammates wanted me to wear it. I don't have any political voice on him. I don't know who he is. I don't know much about him. But I also know that the whole point in us wearing this is to try to get the partial owner of Atlanta out of office. That was the whole point. So obviously I support that because she doesn't stand for what this league stands for. So whatever it takes to get her, just displaced and removed, I'm willing to participate in it. I don't know much about Warnock, but I wore the shirt for my team.
As a follow-up, is there a coordinated effort not to say her name?
No, this is not worth saying.
Thank you.
Jake Meister. Sorry, we're all struggling with this situation.
All right, Cheyenne, can you hear me? Yep. Not to switch topics on something that's obviously significantly more important, but you've led the team in scoring for the past 3 straight games. So can you kind of just speak to how you're kind of becoming that key role offensively for Coach Wade?
I think it's just kind of metamorphosizing, like I've always been a pretty good scorer in the paint, and I think this season it's like I'm just, improving and getting better at just burying girls.
I like it. Thank you.
James just he's very he emphasizes me ducking in a lot. So he wants me on the block. He wants me ducking in because he just knows that it works for us. The percentage is up there, but I feel like everybody is leading and scoring right now because it's such a balance all the way around. I feel like we're all just playing our role, doing our part. So that's what I'm doing too.
Thanks, Cheyenne.
Thank you.
Thank you, CP.
All right, see ya.
Thank you.
Hi. Hi, Z. You're basically in every media availability now, so happy to have you. We'll start with Jake Meister first.
Hi, Z. Congrats on the performance tonight. Again, you just seem to keep really chugging out. We're just a key contributor for Coach Wade. So, as you keep on going, what do you just focusing on as you obviously went against Dallas tonight? I'm sure it was a, kind of a motivational game for you.
Yeah, always going to start off with no justice, no peace. Another day that's gone by without Breonna Taylor's murderers being arrested. So we're going to keep talking about that, bringing awareness to it. But yeah, I mean, it feels good to get a win all the time, but especially tonight, just playing against Dallas. I'm glad we're able to get out the win and execute late in the game. I know we've been having a lot of close games, but I think we're only up from here. Ideally, we want to be blowing out teams, but we're learning a lot with these late game situations, and we're coming through. So I think that's a positive to take away from the game.
Is there anything that you'd like to speak upon in terms of the owner of the Atlanta Dream?
No.
All right. Thank you.
Eric Wilson.
Z, today's a good day to arrest the killers of Breonna Taylor. I'm also going to follow that up with today's a good day to go out and register to vote.
Yep.
So speaking about tonight, another close situation for you guys. How do you ladies find that energy in the last couple seconds to be able to hold the team or to be able to find the way to get the W?
Yeah, I mean, it's just we work hard for most of the game. We want to finish the game on a strong note. So before that last possession, we were kind of talking technical stuff, and that's a big thing that we're trying to focus on is everything isn't technical. Some stuff is just heart and hustle. You got to just do it. And Sloot said that to us before we ran out was forget all the technical stuff. We just need to get a stop, buckle down and get a stop. And I mean, that's what we did. CP and Cobb played great defense on that final possession, and then we were able to finish it out. So that's something we're trying to focus on as a team is just not always thinking stuff is technical, but just getting the job done.
Congrats on the victory.
Yeah.
Chris Tennant.
Thank you for coming on. Another good game tonight. How did you combat the taller front line of Dallas, knowing especially with Sabali, she has a lot of energy. Alari, she's got a lot of height, a lot of energy, and they both like to crash the glass. So how did you attack them offensively, and then how did you keep them off the offensive boards at the other end?
Yeah, I think in the first half we didn't do a great job of that, especially myself. We didn't do a good job of boxing them out, and that was one of our focuses of the game. But in the second half, we definitely turned that around by just getting a body on them and eliminating their second chances. And then I think we did a good job of attacking them throughout the game. The guards did a good job of attacking them. And Ruthie came in and did really well for us rebounding wise, and just she always plays solid when she comes in, no matter how much she plays. But especially tonight, she did a really good job of just coming in and doing a solid job for us. Defensively, rebounding, scoring, she just played really solid. So I think we definitely responded better in the second half with limiting their second chances and just putting the pressure on them on offense.
Could you talk more about Ruthie's impact in the second half on that possession where she got the 2 offensive rebounds, where she made a stop in transition? Both the coach and Courtney talked about how much of a spark that was for the team.
Yeah, for sure. I can only speak for myself, but I was definitely tired parts of that second half, and I think even CP was as well. And our energy was just a little bit low. They were in the game still. They were coming back. It was a battle. And so when she came in and did those things, it was positive for us. It gave all of us energy, a second win to just keep pushing through. And I think that was important. That's important. When the people on the bench come in and they just add positive things, it helps the starters get more energy, because you can get in a lull sometimes. You're playing a lot of minutes. But when somebody comes in and adds something positive, and I think our team does a really good job of that. Ruthie being a prime example of that. She came in and added positive things. Gabby comes in and adds positivity to what we're doing. And that definitely helps a lot. So it was special and cool to see her do that tonight.
Thank you, Z.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm just taking this ice off real quick.
Okay, you're actually all set. Super quick for you. We'll give you a break. So thank you.
Yep.
Thank you so much, and thank you all.
Thank you, Azurá. Thank you, Kelly.
Thanks.